Welcome back. Technology can turn against you and your teens when it's used for cyberbullying. And today we welcome Marissa All, a Jessamine County Family and Consumer Science agent, with some things you should know about cyberbullying and how to talk to your family about it as well. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. It's definitely a problem that we're seeing, nationwide. There's a child bullied every 7 minutes in the United States, and that's either bullying, in the school or online. And so it's really important that parents know what's going on with their children. And because of technology and the wonderful technology we have, there's other opportunities for a child to be bullied, unfortunately.
And what are some of the things that parents should look out for, some of the signs that there may be a problem?
We always want to have your computers located in a central location. Now, I understand as children get older and they get to be teens that they probably want their computers in their room. And that's fine, but it still needs to be monitored. And what you want to look for is when you enter the room, is your child turning off the computer immediately? Are they, after they get off the computer, are they, depressed or don't want to talk about things? Do they continuously get messages? And if they're getting messages, are they, exhibiting signs of being, tired or depressed afterwards and just kind of have shut off. And what's really important to know is that cyberbullying is also against the law. In 2008, the legislature passed a KRS that stated that cyberbullying is against the law. It's an offense. And it's really important that kids know that when you put something online, even if you put it on anonymously, you can be tracked. You just saw the story about your cell phone and the spyware. Same thing is with the computer. You can put something in a chat room anonymously, but it still can be tracked back to you, and you can be charged for that as well.
Now, there's kind of two sets of advice here for parents to keep in mind. One, if you think and how to talk to your child about if they're a victim of cyberbullying, but also appropriate behavior to children that may be the ones doing it, right?
Yes. What's really important is talking to our children about online etiquette. And, we talk to our children when they're very young about saying please and thank you and showing your manners. But we also need to talk to any children that are online about online etiquette. And that is what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. If you are a victim of bullying, what needs to happen. If you're the bully itself, what needs to happen. It's really important to open up that conversation. It's not an easy conversation to have. Many people don't, ask their kid on a regular basis, are you being cyberbullied? That's not something that you would generally have a conversation about. But it is important to monitor online activity. If your child has a Facebook account, has a Twitter account, you need to be their friend, and you need to have access to things. They need to realize that while it's important to have privacy, it's also important for that parent to be able to see what's going on your page. It may not be your child that's doing these things, but it may be a friend of theirs. And if your child's associated in any way with that, your child is also liable for that.
Well, very important information, and as you mentioned, not only against the law, but it can be serious. There have been, so many cases of suicides after bullying of all forms, and you don't want it to get that serious and to cause so many problems like that.
And there's a cooperative extension office in every county in the state of Kentucky, and we have great parenting resources. So if you're not really sure how to approach it to your child, contact your local cooperative extension office, and they may be able to direct you to some great resources.
Well, wonderful advice. Thank you so much for being with us today.